There you go.
So good.
Yeah, it's David Rosen. I'm the chair of the Employee Resource Group for the County of Monterey's LGBTQ plus employees. I'm also a management analyst here at the county. Sure, this ceremony is really important because it shows how our Board of Supervisors is standing up and affirming for their LGBTQ plus employees, the interests of their county in a way that is not happening at the federal level right now. This is something that is not being supported at the federal level, and the fact that we're not only having this ceremony, we're having a flag raising. The board's being willing to support even buying a new flag to make sure that we're up to date on it. It's an incredibly supportive form of affirmation. Our population has a lot of potential negative outcomes, things like disadvantages in employment, in housing, in education. And the one thing that can mitigate that is affirmation. Pride is all about increasing visibility for people whose voices are being suppressed. And so having the ceremony being recognized, having our communities recognized, is crucial to show this community, to show this county that we exist and we deserve to be here, and that we're supported by not only our own community but by our allies and our local government as well.
And why is it important for the community to support Pride Month? Why is it important for the public to get educated? Because a lot of people don't, I don't know if understand it or just don't.
Yeah, so it's really important because our community is more than just about a pronoun or a bathroom. We are a vibrant community that deserve to exist. And right now, at this point in time, there are millions of us that are worried that we're going to be taken away, have our civil rights taken away, and there's a lot of uncertainty, there's a lot of fear. So having a ceremony like this where our head of our government is really willing to take a stand and say that you are here, you're protected, you're seen, you're loved, you're wanted, and you are perfect the way that you are, is absolutely important, because I know in this county alone there's at least one person that's going to be saying, I don't feel safe, and hopefully they can see these flags up at the county facilities and know that there are people that work in the government that care for them, that provide services to them, that don't believe that. They believe that everybody has a right to exist, has a right to be free.
How great is it that this community still supports?
I think it's amazing. I mean, this county, the County of Monterey, our Board of Supervisors, the executive directors, our executive leadership, they've all been incredibly supportive. Asking to do a flag raising ceremony, asking for recognition for a resolution event, not only for our employees but for our community groups, was incredibly easy. There was no difficulty at all. And it's important because that's not something that happens all the time. There are plenty of other city and county governments throughout this state, throughout this country, that are not as accepting about it. And so I think it really shows that it's important. It shows that our community is supported and that we're supporting everybody, not just a certain few.
All right, good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us on this great occasion, beautiful weather, and of course want to thank Supervisor Askew and District 4 for helping to organize this, and I want to make a big shout out. A big shout out to our facilities team, because not only did they get the chairs set up and they're here to help us hoist the flag up, but we've got all brand new flags this year. So as you know, we provided a resolution earlier that was received by David, who's the chairman of the ERG here, the Employee Resource Group. And so thank you for being here, and thank you for all the members of the ERG being here with us today. We have with us, obviously, our chair and board supervisor, District 4, Wendy Root Askew, and she's going to be our first speaker.
I just want to say how awesome it is to have turnout come out to join us here for this flag raising ceremony today. we've come a long way in a short period of time. And just 10 years ago, when I was on the Monterey Peninsula Unified School District Board, we brought a resolution forward to have flags raised on campuses, and we didn't have support at that point in time, and that was not that long ago. So to be here today, where we're actually not as part of this raising, but in a parallel path of putting a referral forward, we're going to be amending the county flag policy to make sure that for all years moving forward, regardless of whether we initiate it or not, our flags will be raised in celebration of Pride Month every year. So we are making progress. It is not without a battle, but the battle to protect the rights and dignity and safety of all of our neighbors is worth it. And I stand here in that long-term, forever commitment with all of you today. It's my honor to be a part of this county. Someone made a comment that this board is one that is fierce in their commitment to protect the rights of our LGBTQIA+ community, and I'm proud to stand with my colleagues on those points, as well as many others. So as each of us go forward and cast our votes today on election day, we're going to vote to protect our community. We're going to take action in how we engage with one another to protect our community, and how we raise our kids. We're in this together, and I'm so proud to be a part of this community with you. So with that, I'm going to introduce next, or I'm going to pass the mic back to Nick. And Nick, thank you so much for all of the work that you do to help make sure that we get all of these things done in the county and today. We appreciate it.
So we're very lucky to have with us. She's undercover, so you might not recognize her. We have our wonderful sheriff, Sheriff Tina Nieto, with us today.
As part of this community, I'm so proud to be one in the community itself. And I just want to thank, my county partners for protecting my rights and my family's rights. I've been in law enforcement now for over 38 years, and I'm sure when I first came on, you could not be gay, lesbian, bi, trans, or queer, or any of the pluses. They wouldn't hire you. And this is in Los Angeles. And I know that over the last 4 decades, I've been part of the movement. I've been out marching. I've been doing things to push my rights and the rights of my friends and my families and other people's rights forward, because when anybody loses their rights, everybody starts losing their rights. And I understand that because I've personally lived it. And so I'm proud to be part of the team that one, our allies and our neighbors protect the things that are important to us. And two, I'm very happy and honored to hear that our county is going to protect our rights moving forward, because that's my fear as I watch the things that are happening in our nation. Sometimes it feels like we're taking those steps backward when many of the people before us have literally given their lives to push this issue forward. So I want to thank you for that. And I also want to remind people, because although we may fall under the LGBTQ+ community, we're many more things. This morning I was in my uniform welcoming people to Monterey County that are terrorism liaison officers throughout the north. And then I ran home real quick to throw this on. I'm not undercover. I am en route to Sacramento, but this is very, very important to make sure that I stopped here before I hit the traffic headed to Sacramento, because I also represent police officers throughout our entire state as a post commissioner, and we're going to be meeting the next few days. So thank you, Chair. Thank you, supervisors. Thank you to the allies. Thank you to my brothers and sisters out there. And let's keep fighting the fight.
Thank you, Sheriff, for your undying support. Next, we have very fortunate to have with us today, representing Congressman Jimmy Panetta, Aaron Davidson, who's going to make a few comments as well.
Thank you, Nick, and thank you to the Board of Supervisors for having me here today. My name is Aaron Davidson, and I am the Director of District Operations for U.S. Representative Jimmy Panetta for District 19, who regrets he cannot be here today due to the legislative schedule. He is in D.C. for votes this afternoon. but he did ask me to be here to reaffirm his unwavering commitment to our LGBTQ plus community in Monterey County and beyond. First and foremost, Rep. Panetta would like to thank Monterey County leaders for once again raising the pride flag and standing strong in the name of equity, dignity, equality, and love. Let us also reflect on our work together across all levels to safeguard protections for our LGBTQ plus community. As we see renewed attempts across the country to roll back our hard-won civil liberties, together we must stand up and stand united to defend the rights of our community. That requires constant vigilance and continued action, especially now. That is why we raise the flag. Let us raise our voices also so that we may not ever go back and always go forward. Rep. Panetta raised his voice for the LGBTQ plus community and stood together with his colleagues as they passed and signed into law the Respect for Marriage Act. That bill then enshrines the same-sex marriages under federal law to protect and safeguard the freedom to marry. But more action is needed. As a proud member of the Congressional Equality Caucus, Representative Panetta is continuing to fight for the Bipartisan Equality Act, a comprehensive non-discrimination bill to extend civil rights protections to LGBTQ plus Americans. Rep. Panetta continues to push for his legislation to ensure that children of service members who identify as trans can continue to receive the care that they need and deserve. At home, for the 10th year in a row, Rep. Panetta spoke on the House floor to honor a student from the 19th Congressional District who participated in the National Day of Silence. As we raise the pride flag, we celebrate our LGBTQ plus neighbors, stand with them as allies, and stand up to discrimination and hate. In doing so, we make our community stronger. To our Monterey County leaders and community members, Rep. Panetta thanks you for your continuance and standing shoulder to shoulder with one another and fighting for what is right. Representative Panetta looks forward to continuing to work with all of you to move our congressional district forward and continue to move our country in the right direction. Happy Pride.
Thank you. We're so fortunate to have Representative Panetta's and so many of our other representatives, state and federal representatives, supporting us. Next, I want to introduce to you David Rosen, the chair of the County of Monterey Employee Resource Group for the LGBTQ plus community. And David is going to make some inspiring comments. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. First off, I really want to recognize the fact, please take a look around. The fact that we have so many people showing up today is incredible. When we started doing the flag raising ceremony, I believe there were 5 of us. And really quick, here we go. There was no cameras, it just happened. This is such a great thing. What I also want everybody to really recognize is the amount of diversity that we have in here. And I really want to emphasize, for me, for our community, we can take strength in working together and being a community. And we know that diversity, equity, and inclusion is the way forward. It is the only way that's going to work for all of us to make sure that we all are able to have a say in the world, in our government, and in our everyday lives. As much as you want to say what our founding fathers intended, there were explicit words saying that we have rights to life, to liberty, and to the pursuit of happiness. And that includes the fact that we have the right to be who we are, we have the right to love who we love, and we have the right to exist and to be seen. And that is something that is trying to be taken away every day. And for those of you who have legal training, that's going to be really hard because that is written down on a piece of paper. And once it's down on paper, for those of you who are fans of contracts, you know that's hard to undo. Although there's attempts, and whatever. For me, pride is really important because it started as a movement. It started as a movement of people who were not seen. It started as a movement of people who really did not look like me. These were people who were trans, people of color, people who were incredibly marginalized. And what they did is they got tired of being told that nothing was going to change, and they took action to make things change. I hope when everybody here sees this pride flag raised, not only this month, but every June, towards diversity, equity, and inclusion, but also to an affirmation to being committed to being who you are every single day. The important thing is, just like the people back in Stonewall, those individuals learn to say no. We need to learn to say no as well. We need to come together and we need to fight for each other, even if that means saying no to some very intensely bitter, punitive people. So I hope that this is a representation, a symbol for all of you to take pride in yourself, to take pride in your lives, to take pride even for those of you who are not a member of our community, who are allies. Take pride in the fact that you're helping lift the voices of people who are trying to be heard over a large outpour. Thank you very much again. I'm absolutely honored that there's such a great turnout and there's such great interest. I'll turn it back over to Nick.
Thank you, David, and we want to thank you for all the work that you do for the Employee Resource Group. I know it's a lot of work, and thank you so much. Okay, our last speaker, before we get a commercial announcement from Nick about Monterey Pride, is going to be Casey Rodenbush. She's the County of Monterey's Behavioral Health Services Manager, representing the Rainbow Connections.
Alrighty, I just want to invite everyone right now to touch your heart, touch your neighbor's heart. Feel that heart beating. That's what unifies us. All of us here care enough, are invested enough, and are committed to supporting our LGBTQ plus residents and our employees in Monterey County. And I've had the good fortune of building Rainbow Connections. It started with an idea in 2020 as a manager and me seeing our youth and our children struggling in our school systems and really knowing that I had the opportunity and I was in a position to try and make that different for them. I really want every youth, every individual in this county to understand that they belong and they deserve to be cared for in the same way that everyone else is cared for. So over the past 6 years, I've been working in collaboration with multiple organizations in Monterey County. And what started with my beating heart is now a collective of 40 individuals that spend their lives every day in Monterey County trying to create an environment across home, school, and community settings where our youth have the support that they need. So what I've been able to do through relationship, I would like to invite all of our Rainbow Connections partners, so if you could just stand up so you can see where our foundation is. We have Partners for Peace. We have the Echo Center. We have Harmony at Home. We have the Diversity Center. And we have Behavioral Health. This is our foundation. And what we're about to roll out in the upcoming weeks is opening up our network of care to invite any organization and agency in Monterey County to join us. And so more information to come on that, because the relationships are intact. If you could look around here and see, who do you know already? Who do you know already and who are new people? We are already here. What we need to do is become visible. Wendy, you said it, not just in June, every single day of every single month. We are here. So what we'll be doing, at least for the next year and beyond, is bolstering our network. So you all can see each other, the youth and the families can also see us. Because it's more than relationships, it's about neighboring. And neighboring, I heard Sheriff talk about neighboring. What happens in a neighborhood is that the relationships become visible. And the relationships become bridges between people. Right now, the schools, they're getting ready to go out for the summer. These kids don't know probably that we're here right now. And that's all right, they don't need to know. They just need to see what is available to them. So I want to just give so much gratitude for having a little bit of time on the microphone, because what this is the connections, rainbow connections, they cannot be taken away. Once we've made connections with each other, they remain. And they can only deepen and strengthen over time. So thank you so much for this opportunity to be here. I'm so proud to be a part of Monterey County Behavioral Health and part of this community today, now more than ever. So thank you so much. And so let's raise that flag.
We will in just a minute, where we have a commercial announcement. Is this a paid commercial announcement?
It could be. We're accepting sponsors for Pride. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Nick Zafaratis, and I'm Vice Chair of Monterey Peninsula Pride's Board of Directors. I want to first and foremost thank everyone here for taking a visible and vocal step forward in allyship with our greater LGBTQIA2S+ community. Especially in political times like this, it is so important to have these moments of visibility, these moments of action, these moments of allyship. I want to thank our previous speakers and community members here for acknowledging the particular moment in time that our queer, trans, and gender nonconforming siblings are facing. I would be remiss if I did not acknowledge that the ground our collective queer community currently stands on was built particularly by queer and trans women of color. Monterey Peninsula Pride has a plethora of fun and exciting activities planned for this entire month of June. You can stay up to date by following us on our social media at Monterey Pride or visiting our website at www.peninsulapride.org. All of the love, light, and joy that we have planned for this month will culminate in our annual parade and celebration happening on Saturday, June 27th. Our parade down Alvarado Street kicks off at 11, followed by a beautiful celebration in Custom House Plaza from 12 to 3, and I look forward to seeing every single one of you there. Thank you.
Okay, and now's the moment we've all been waiting for. I'd like to call our facilities team up, please.
Happy Pride! Happy Pride! Okay, we're good. What, Wes? Hi, Kate! There you go. So good. Someone's got to be in charge. Someone's got to be in charge around here.
They'll bring it up. Don't let it hit the ground, Kate.
I would never.
Okay, now we're ready.
Let it hit the ground, Kate. No pressure. No Come on, Liz. Yeah.
If we can give a hand to our maintenance and facilities team. Thanks to the family and thanks to the team and thank you all again for joining us and being out here with us today. Yeah, we appreciate you. And don't forget to vote.
Good morning. My name is Eric Peterson. In my opinion, we really don't need June as Pride Month. We need every year as Pride Year. Thank you.
All right, it is my honor, and I'm going to invite our folks who are celebrating Pride Month with us today. If y'all want to come down and join us, we'd love to have the whole crew here standing in your dais, in your chambers. Thank you all. We've got with us today, we've got folks from our Monterey County LGBTQ Employee Resource Group. Is it ERG? We call it the ERG. We've got folks from Salinas Valley Pride. We've got folks from Monterey Peninsula Pride. We've got folks from the Epicenter, from the Diversity Center. We've got our team from Rainbow Connections here with us. And just want to say thank you all for making the time this morning to be here to celebrate. So having said that, I will just want to start by acknowledging that Pride Month is both a celebration and a form of resistance. Our LGBTQIA+ residents across the county and the country are being threatened by the very structures that should protect all of us. Through legislation to restrict gender-affirming care, book bans, and the erasure of queer people from public life. But here in Monterey County, we resist that by insisting that Monterey County is a place where everyone is safe, where everyone is included, and everyone is deserving of care. As a community, we stand with kids trying to figure out who they are, and with adults who've spent years building lives that they're proud of. For me, this resolution is more than a proclamation. It's about Monterey County standing very clearly in our values, being really clear about who we are. We stand with our LGBTQIA+ residents, all of them, and with particular care for our transgender, non-binary, and gender fluid community members who are carrying a disproportionate share of weight right now. So our organizations who are here with us in this room, the Salinas Valley Pride, Monterey Peninsula Pride, the Epicenter, the Diversity Center, Rainbow Connections, I saw Harmony at Home over here, and our county's very own employee resource group, you are doing the work that government alone can't do. You're creating spaces every day where people feel safe, where they feel seen, and where we collectively are connected. Pride flags will be flying at all Monterey County facilities this month. And to be clear, our commitment to this community goes well beyond June and is year-round. So I've got my colleague here, Kate Daniels, with me. Kate, did you want to make a few comments as well?
I will make just a couple comments to all of you. I really am so proud to be part of a Board of Supervisors that is 100% in line and supportive of the equality and the dignity of every single member of our community. I was going back and forth about whether I was going to tell this story, but I was at an event last night where a very prominent member of the Democratic Party made a comment, and it was a comment about how Democrats have spent more time thinking about bathrooms than classrooms, and it was so disappointing and so actually painful to hear, because what this day, what this resolution means and affirms is that visibility is protection. You know, visibility ensures the safety of every single one of our residents. Equality is for everybody, not just a certain set few of individuals. And when someone makes a comment like that, it means they have the privilege to feel that way. And it was just so incredibly disappointing. So I just want to say that history matters, and that this resolution preserves the memory of Stonewall. This resolution preserves the memory of the AIDS crisis and all of the victories and achievements that we have had together over the years. I'm proud to be on a board that believes the human rights of every member of our community is worth fighting for and defending. And it's just a privilege to stand with you all here today. So thank you so much for being here with us and to affirm this commitment with all of you. Thank you.
Everyone.
My name is David Rosen. I am the chair of the Employee Resource Group for the LGBTQ plus professionals here at the county. We wanted to thank the Board of Supervisors, specifically Supervisor Askey, Supervisor Daniels, as well as the other three, Supervisor Church and Supervisor Lopez, as well as Supervisor Alejo, have all been incredibly accepting, affirming, fierce advocates. It's remarkable how much easier this has gotten to have Pride be recognized. I literally sent one email about a month ago, and then suddenly Yuri's like, hey, let's do this, let's do that. And I'm kind of like, this is a lot easier than it used to be. I think the important thing to remember, though, is that for our community, there's a lot of potential negative outcomes that can happen. We're at disadvantages for economic outcomes, for employment, for health outcomes. Almost every dimension of culture, there's some sort of barrier that we have to overcome. And there's one correlate that really helps mitigate that, and that's simple affirmation. So the fact that our Board of Supervisors here at the county is willing to make a stand and be very fierce and be very vocal in a time where at a federal level, there is punitive repercussions for doing something like this. We wanted to say thank you, not only as an employee resource group, but also speaking for all the organizations, not just the people you see here, but throughout the county. So thank you very much, not only to you two, but to the entire board, to the administrative staff, to our executive leadership, and everybody else for affirming us today and for the rest of the month.
And all year long.
And all year long.
Yeah, and that. Thank you. And does someone want to make an announcement about Monterey Peninsula Pride and our event that's coming up?
Good morning, I think it is still, everyone. My name is Nick Zafaratos. I'm Vice Chair of Monterey Peninsula Pride's Board of Directors, and I want to first and foremost thank every single one of you for being here today and taking a visible and vocal step forward into allyship. I also want to thank our previous speakers for mentioning the particular challenges that our queer and trans community is going through right now. The ground that our greater LGBTQIA2S+ community stands on to this day was built by our queer and trans community, particularly trans women of color. Monterey Peninsula Pride has a plethora of events happening this month, all culminating in our annual parade and celebration happening on Saturday, June 27th. Saturday, June 27th. In downtown Monterey. We'll start with a parade down Alvarado Street at 11 a.m. and it'll culminate in a celebration in Custom House Plaza from 12 to 3. You can follow Monterey Pride on Instagram or Facebook at Monterey Pride or visit www.peninsulapride.org to learn more about all of the happenings this month. And again, thank you all for being here and taking a step forward into allyship.
Thank you.